wonderful sweet baby. So today I wanted to do a huge unpopular opinion topic on Ari Fletcher. So this pretty much came from a video that I seen of Ari Fletcher on Live Bits, and it was of her, I guess, birthday photo shoot. And pretty much just to describe what the birthday photo shoot was, it was pretty much her with fishnets, and it looked like she was getting ready to hit the stage. Think Players Club hit the stage. And it most definitely got me to thinking about Ari Fletcher and what I've noticed of her within just this past week, honestly. I feel like with Ari Fletcher, I've been seeing the same types of videos and inspiration of her within this entire past week. I looked up her birthday, and it does appear that her birthday is in July, so that is quite a ways away from now. And just every video was practically the same. Her twerking, her in half clothes, and it's just really gotten me to thinking that she does need to grow up at some point. So I am going to show you the video that I am referring to, but the thing is, I'm going to have to block out a ton of it simply because, once again, think Players Club. So go ahead and check this out. All right, you guys, so this is the video that I am pretty much referring to. And if you guys pretty much just go look up Ari Fletcher birthday shoot or whatever, you can pretty much see the unedited version of this. But it was just a lot going on in this video. And it got me to thinking, like, how old is Ari Fletcher exactly? And when I looked up her age, it does appear that she is 30 years old and she would be 31 in this upcoming July. And the only reason that I do question her age is simply because it does seem like Ari's been doing this for a long time. And although this isn't a comparison game, I did recently see a video from Jada Wada in which she stated that she does want to associate herself around different people as well as move differently. I definitely want you guys to hear Jada Wada's perspective on this, so go ahead and check this video out.
And I'm one of those people that was like, you know that quote, you are who you hang around, birds of a feather flock together? I used to be like, no. Because I had some real hoe friends, like hoes. And it started dawning on me when people were like coming at me a certain way, like guys coming at me a certain way, and like certain caliber men were like trying to, the way they were talking to me, or they would see me out and how they would present themselves. And it's like, hold up, you must think I'm on what she on. And absolutely they do, because it's like, you ain't about to just be kumbaya hanging with nobody that's on that and you're not on that. Like, be for real. So I started paying attention to like who you keep in close proximity, because that also alters who you are and how you live. So you gotta be careful. And I have like really like detached myself from a lot of things, people, environments. So like life has been a little bit boring because of that, but I have been at peace. I've been like at the most peace I've ever been in. And also like I love my house. My house is my sanctuary. It is beautiful. It is calm.
So here's my thoughts. I'm going to give a disclaimer before I even get into this, but I know a lot of you bird brains won't even actually listen. This isn't a comparison game between Ari and Jada, and this isn't a bash session against Ari at all. This is really just coming from a standpoint because a lot of these celebrities are actually role models. They are role models, and they are actually putting things out that are making other women want to do the exact same things that they are doing. So I'm just really putting it out there and just doing my own commentary on what it is that I'm seeing. Now that we got that out of the way, even though you stupid hoes won't listen, I'm just going to go ahead and continue. So as I was saying before, you guys, I just noticed that every time, Ari is always doing things that causes for her to pretty much bend over and twerk. And I'm just to the point where I'm thinking to myself, it's not really necessary. She is getting much older. And like Jada said, when you are a certain age and when you are trying to take things seriously in your life and you do want to have a certain persona and you do want to elevate in things, you do have to cut the fat, and you do have to cut the fat of people that still have that childlike and kid-like mentality. And the thing is, Ari is a mother, she is a mom. She has a son that's constantly getting older and older by the day, and he's going to be able to accurately go online and look things up. She already had stated that her child is looking things up, and he has a blocker on his phone where, if it says, oh, well, did your parent give you consent? And he's already pressing yes, his parent gave him consent, when in reality, neither of his parents gave him consent. Go ahead and check this video out.
My son is so advanced that I just looked on his TikTok account and it says monitored by a parent. He is fucking lying. He wrote that himself. He put on there monitored by a parent. He is lying. I mean, you probably see it every once in a while, skim through, but we're not even monitoring it. You're not even supposed to have that page.
And it almost seems like this is something that's super funny to her and something that she just isn't really taking as seriously as she possibly should. But, this all just coincides with her not really acting her age and her not really growing up, her not really understanding that now she's the role model of someone. And now her son is getting to a point where he is doing things as, an adolescent, and he is now moving very mischievous. And it's really a shame that he's doing this all before he even becomes a teenager. I'm not exactly sure why Ari is keeping this childlike 20 something year old girl mentality up, and why she's still keeping this, I've got to act like a hoochie mama kind of a mentality up. But my whole thing is she's a businesswoman. She has several businesses that are pretty much doing really well. Like, I was scrolling through the pages and it's good quality things that she has. She has good quality makeup, good quality bathing suits. She has a whole little cooking show that she does with celebrities and things, which I do think that she stated that she was going to take it easy on that. But my whole thing is, you're a great representator as, a businesswoman. And this could be the new avenue for her. But it just seems like she unfortunately can't let go of the old ways in which she was able to just kind of twerk her way through and kind of do that as content. My whole thing is, you are getting much older, Ari. You do have a son that is constantly getting older as well. This seems like the best direction for you. Her influence has completely changed her life. And it simply came from her, just simply twerking. And that really did, get her to a point of now she's able to capitalize on everything and create several businesses. And I feel like that alone should really account for enough for her to say, you know what? I'm going to give this lifestyle up and I'm going to just boss up and completely change direction. I'm going to just focus on my swimwear line and I'm going to solely focus on my lipstick brand or my makeup brand and completely, just change that for the better. She can still kind of do her, really cutesy, really extravagalized type of, content, but more so gear it towards your brand. Do it where you actually are selling your stuff. Like, use your body to your advantage with your bathing suits. You don't have to toot over and start twerking with your bathing suits, but you can still show off your shape and you can still, be sexy. You can still dress up. You can still get your makeup done, your hair done, the whole nine. But it's a career change and a career direction where you don't have to continue to keep twerking for the rest of your life. And this by no mean is saying that, just because you hit your 30s, you have to just completely stop having fun. I definitely think that she should continue to keep having fun. Just tell the people around you, hey, stop recording me twerking. I no longer want that image. I no longer want to do that. I want to grow up. I want to be able to grow up with my son and I want to be able to put the twerking stuff behind me. I had a ball when I was in my 20s. I had so much fun. And I definitely think that when women are in their 20s, they should go out there and have a ball. They should go out there and do a lot of that. But I think that once you get to be older and, things start to fade, like beauty, looks, you start to really determine the real things in life that you want, and that kind of thing starts to fade, you can definitely adjust with life and say, you know what, this doesn't serve me any purpose anymore. Let me grow up. And I know that a lot of women will be like, oh, well, why do you always do this to black women? And it's her body, her choice, and all these other types of things. But like I said in the beginning, I'm only speaking on this simply because women are like literal sponges, and people in general are literal sponges. And anything that they are exposed to, they recreate. And there is an ongoing recreation of this. And I'm starting to notice that there's a lot more women that are getting much older and that are continuing this path of still twerking online and still being half naked online and getting nowhere in life. And it's simply because they are following people that they are noticing that are celebrities or major influencers that have been doing this for years, and they're just following in their footsteps. And they're like, oh, well, if this person's in their 30s and still doing this, or if this person's, has children and they're still able to do this, then I can do the same things. And I just think that there's a different path that we should be seeking when we get to a certain age. Like, we can leave that for the girls that are in their 20s to continue to keep doing that in their 20s. But I think that we need a new level of role models in their 30s that are doing different things. And maybe, who knows, the girls in their 20s might start following the footsteps of us as well. And as for people that are women of color or black women, I'm a black woman myself. I'm a woman of color myself. And I just hold us to a higher caliber than I hold anybody else, because I'm going to always be harder on the girls that look like me, because I think that we should hold ourselves to a certain standard. If they want to do that, let them, like, that doesn't have anything to do with us. That doesn't have anything to do with our black ass business. Let us hold ourselves to a higher standard than to be bent over. If they want to be bent over on their timelines, let them look crazy. But I just think that as black women, we should hold ourselves to a higher caliber, black women and women of color. And I'm sure you dingbats won't even get to this end of the video because your attention span is literally the size of a pea. But I said what I said, and I'll argue with you guys in the comments like I always do. But that's my opinion. What's yours?